There are just 5 days left until the U.S. deadline to pull out of Afghanistan, and hundreds of American citizens are still there. The U.S. military has already helped evacuate more than 95,000 people since August 14th, one of the largest airlifts in American history. The Biden administration says many of those still in Afghanistan are dual citizens and have not yet decided to leave. U.S. Ambassador Ross Wilson said this to CBS Evening News anchor and managing editor Norah O'Donnell last night.
People chose not to leave. That's their business. That's their right. We regret now that many may find themselves in a position that they would rather not be in, and we are determined to try to help them.
The State Department has told Americans not to wait outside the Kabul airport because of the risk of a possible terror attack.
Delta is operating more than 24 flights to help Afghan refugees and Americans who have been evacuated from Kabul. Now, this comes as the airline tackles another challenge, encouraging employees to get vaccinated. Unvaccinated Delta employees must take weekly COVID tests from September 12th. And starting in November, those in the company's health care plan who are still not vaccinated will have to pay a $200 monthly surcharge. Delta CEO Ed Bastian joins us now to discuss. Good morning, Ed Bastian. It's always good to see you. This is quite a message I think you're sending to your employees, because $200 a month certainly adds up, and a big wake-up call for people who have not been vaccinated. What is the message you're sending?
Well, good morning, Gayle. Good to be with you as well. We need to get everybody vaccinated. That's the message. The cost can't be measured in dollars. It's the tragedy that COVID has wreaked on all of us, on our businesses, on our families. We got to do our very best to take care of each other. There is a financial cost as well. And if you decide at Delta not to be vaccinated post-November, we're going to hold people accountable for shouldering some of that cost.
But you're not requiring mandatory vaccines. How come?
You know, it's a difficult decision. When you threaten people with the loss of their livelihood, and there are some people that have some very deep-seated concerns. I've talked to many of them about the vaccines. I don't agree with them. I do my best to encourage them. But we wanted to give people an option, if they really can't take the vaccine, not to have to lose their job. I think we already are at 75% of our entire workforce vaccinated. I think, Gayle, we'll get well over 90% with these additional steps we're going to take. And at that point, we've effectively vaccinated our entire workforce.
Have you gotten any backlash from your employees about these new policies?
I've gotten backlash from some employees. I've had other employees cheer. Unfortunately, in today's society, whatever you do, you're going to be critiqued.
That's true.
And by the way, all we're looking to do is just take care of our people and continue to push them to make good decisions.
Ed, have you thought through the question of possibly requiring vaccinations for travelers who are boarding Delta Airlines?
Well, it exists now today if you want to go internationally. So as an American, if you're vaccinated, you can travel to Europe. If you're not, you can't. And I think as international borders open, you're going to see vaccination requirements continue to grow. Don't see that happening in the U.S., though.
You wouldn't do it? Is that a mathematical calculation? Because clearly there's a certain percentage of passengers who don't fly because they don't feel safe. And then there's another percentage who would not fly if you made them get vaccinated to fly. Have you worked the numbers?
It's really not about the numbers as much as the fact that, first of all, our planes are full. People are flying in the U.S. where there's tremendous demand, tremendous surge of demand, of interest in travel in the air. But you also look at the logistical dilemma of, we're carrying millions of people a week, of trying to figure out who's been vaccinated, who's not, who qualifies for an exemption. It would actually bottleneck the domestic travel system. So the system working in the U.S. today is great. Our planes are clean. People are safe. They're fully masked. Probably the safest place you can be on board is a U.S. Airline today in the U.S. But we do have requirements going forward internationally.
I've often wondered about the dilemma for Delta, Ed. I thought you all did a very lovely thing to a little girl. We carried it here on CBS This Morning. Her name is Delta. She wasn't feeling so great about her name, and you all sent her a lovely care package to say Delta is a really good name to have. I wonder if it's caused problems for you at the airline. I noticed in your release you call it the COVID Delta.
I don't refer to the official variant name. If anything, I call it the darn variant.
But Ed, you said business is still strong. I mean, with the surge in cases recently, have you seen any fall off in flying, or are you worried about that?
In the advanced bookings, we've seen some choppiness, primarily around the business traveler. Businesses are delaying their reopenings or pushing them back anywhere from 60 to 120 days because of the variant. I don't expect it's going to have a material impact on our results. We're doing well. We expect to be profitable this quarter, even with a considerable amount of our revenue still not back yet. Team's doing a great job.
Hey, Ed, Delta Airlines is heavily involved with getting Afghan refugees and evacuees and Americans out of Afghanistan. Can you tell us about those efforts and what the next steps are?
Well, we're honored to serve. We volunteered for this, so before the craft missions were even required, we had already stepped up and provided crews and aircraft willing to serve. We've carried several thousand, I think over 3,000 refugees back out of into safe territory here in the U.S. They're emotional missions. The people that we're carrying back are leaving only with the clothes on their back, and many of them don't even have shoes on their feet. So we're doing a great job of taking care of them, getting them safely home. We've got great partners like Walmart stepped up yesterday and provided pallets and pallets of food and necessities, baby materials, hygiene products for these people who don't have anything when they're on board our planes.
It's an impressive effort. It really is.
Yeah, it truly is.
And from Delta and some other airlines as well. Ed Bastian, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
And could you spread the word to other CEOs about mandatory vaccines and maybe raising insurance policies? I think you need to send a message to people. Getting the vaccine is so important.
Yeah.
Glad you're leading that.
It really is.
It's critically important, and we're doing our best to lead. Thank you. Always good to be with you guys.
All right, Ed, take it easy.